Good morning, team. How are you? Welcome to another Team Tuesday. I'm so excited to be here with you this week to share something that has been in the making for a little bit, and it's been mulling around in my brain for a really long time, and I finally was able to put it into a picture. And now I'm going to have this picture made beautiful by a graphic designer. But until then, I'm going to just show you the picture, but I am going to teach you over the course of the next few weeks the things that you can do to build a beautiful business. And I actually named it the picture of success. So when I'm working with new consultants, I like to go through and kind of just show them kind of a bird's eye view of what it looks like, what key components you need to have a successful Scentsy business. And the cool thing is yeah, they do take time, but it's not necessarily hard. I mean, it may feel hard at times, but it's something that everyone can do, and everyone can do it in their own way. So I'm going to show it to you just briefly. Don't worry about taking a picture or anything, because once I make it beautiful, I will share with you. But again, this is my first grade drawing artistic skills of what I think it takes over my 11 years of working with consultants, like getting really just a back end view, a front end view from a consultant view of what it takes to be successful in Scentsy. So we are going to start right here. As you can see, I have this picture of this house. This is what I call a picture of success. And before we get to the house, before we get to this all this other stuff, we need to have a foundation, a secure, strong foundation sets us up for success in all the areas of our business. So there are quite a few things that you can do to help build your foundation. But like I said, today we are only going to be talking about 3 things. Those 3 things are, we're going to be talking about our mindset, we're going to be talking about goals, and then finally we are going to be talking about nurturing and creating relationships. These are 3 foundational principles to setting up a beautiful business. All right, first thing, it is your mindset. That is one of the biggest things as entrepreneurs, as business owners, that we've got to get right, is the way that we take in our world, the way that we approach situations, the way that we do things. Because let me tell you what, as a Scentsy consultant, you're going to have like days you're going to want to scream from the rooftops because it's just been so amazing. All the things went right. And then you're going to have like just okay days and good days. And then you're going to have days where it's like, oh, what am I doing? I am terrible. Like, this is not working out. I want to quit. You're going to have days like that. But that's why when we talk about goals in the next thing that we talk about, you're going to see why those things can help get us through the bad days. So realizing that like you're going to have good and bad, realizing that maybe you'll have to deal with amazing customers and maybe customers that drive you bonkers or customers that like make you feel bad. But how do you see it through? How are you going to choose to do that? Like, you just realize that that's part of it. It doesn't mean that this is the end or that my business is a failure. Like, I just take a step back and maybe reevaluate, fine tune and tweak. And then I look at my goals and it's like, all right, today might be a bad day, but I know that I have goals of I want to do certain things. I want to have a certain lifestyle. Those are my big grand goals. And to get to that, I can't let this little thing stop me. And so I'm going to learn from this, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to go on. And I know that like a bad 5 or 10 minutes or a bad day doesn't mean that it equates to a bad business or a bad week, right? Don't let those little things stop you. Work with your mindset to work to overcome those so that you can continue on, so you can reach those goals, so that you can do those things that you need to do in the world, because you do have the purpose and you do have things that you can do and light that you can bring to the world. Don't let that stuff stop you. Hey Pat, how are you? Okay, so that is number 1, is like getting your mindset right, getting your mindset good. And another thing that really helps with that is practicing gratitude. That's something that I do every morning before I turn on and start doing the business stuff. I like to take time, and I like to, for me, it's praying, and I like to just be quiet. And I personally start my day off with God, and then I like to do 3 different things every single day to help me to practice gratitude, because I feel like when you can practice gratitude, that is such a powerful tool in helping you have growth mindset, helping you be able to get through those days that might be a little tougher. So my friends, that first one is mindset. The second thing is goals. This is something that I've been in Scentsy for 7 years, and I've always never really, I'm just like, yeah, I want to do this or I want to do that, but it was never, I guess I want to earn the incentive trip. That would be fun, but I never they weren't the SMART goals, right? Like it was just, yeah, that sounds great. Like let's learn the incentive trip, but it wasn't the details put in place so that he knew where I was going. So this is something that I have been focusing on this year in 2021 is setting specific goals. And it's amazing when you set a specific goal, you actually write it down, put it somewhere where you can see it often. I promise you guys, it is amazing what happens. So every month I would challenge you with your goals in your business. Like, what's your PRV goal? What is your sponsoring goal? What is your party goal, right? What are those things? And then from there, you could take those and break those down and be like, all right, if my goal is to have 2,000 in sales because I want that 5% bonus, all right, what is it going to take to get 2,000 in sales? I know for me, like I know I've got my whiff boxes that will help with a portion of it, but I also know that I need to make that up with parties. So how many that works with your party goal by the PRV will help you determine, okay, if I want 2,000 PRV, if each party is 500 PRV, then I know that I should have at least 4 parties for the month. So see how those help you set goals. And then if you're like, I want to sponsor 2 new team members, like it's not just enough to be like, my goal is 2 new team members. Like you've got to have things behind that. Okay, what steps will you take to get that? Like, how will you talk to people? How will you be able to ask those questions that we talked about in last week's Team Tuesday so that you can be able to have those conversations and talk to the people who might be interested in joining? But my friends, if you will be specific, if you will hold yourself accountable, you will see movement start to happen in your business because you're giving yourself destination. You're giving yourself something to work towards instead of just a big grand, yeah, I just want to make some sales this month, right? Like how much? Be specific in that. And if you want to look back like in SMART goals, go look it up. That can be a way to help you do that as well. But goals are foundational for your business. And then keeping yourself accountable and keeping yourself making them specific so that you can do that. And then I think it's important too to have long-term goals and then to have short-term goals. Like if your goal is to be a superstar director, which is the highest level in our company, like that's a great goal, but that might take a few years to get to. And so what are some little goals? If you're a certified consultant, maybe to get to that superstar, that first step is, all right, my goal is to promote to lead consultant. All right, what does it take to get to lead consultant? Find out those responsibilities, and then you can set goals and tasks accordingly to be able to help you accomplish that. But I promise you guys, if you will do that, if you will write them down and you will make intentional effort to work towards them, watch what happens in your business. All right, final tip of the day. Tip number 3 is nurturing and creating relationships. You guys, that is like the heartbeat of your business, is your ability to make and nurture genuine, authentic relationships, and not just making relationships because you want them to be your Scentsy consultant or Scentsy customer, but doing it because you're a good person and spreading kindness, spreading love, spreading joy to others. Like that's how you share your light with the world. And in doing so, it will naturally bless your business as well. That is just kind of one of those residual effects of that. But my friends, you've got to get out and meet the people. Now, this is where authenticity comes into play. Now, if for you and you're more introverted and you're just like, all right, the thought of going out and finding people and talking to them, like, that's not me. That's okay. It doesn't have to be you. But you've got to figure out another way to find and meet people. So like if social media is more your jam, go find groups that you're interested in. And no, you're not spamming them with Scentsy right off. Like you're just creating a relationship. You're sharing, you're providing value. And as you do that, people will get curious. They will be like, oh my gosh, I love Pat. Like, I want to know more about her. Oh my gosh, Pat, you sell Scentsy? Like, I love fragrance. Or Pat, what is Scentsy? Tell me more about that, right? Like as you put in those, just like a bank account, as you put in those deposits, then you can make those withdrawals. Another thing that you can do on social is like, instead of just like, it's so easy when we scroll through social to like just like or love the post, but what if you like make a comment? Everybody loves it when people positively comment something on our posts. So if you are more introverted, that could be a way to do it. Now if you're like, I am an extrovert and I love all the people, like social whatever, like go find networking groups. Go find ways to meet people, get involved with the school or different things like that so that you can be out meeting the people. Or if you're at ball games with your kids or tumbling, like make an effort to just strike up with conversation and meet people. Again, it's not striking up conversation with, oh, hey, my name is Debbie. Oh, did you know I sell Scentsy? Would you be interested? No, because then we're icky and then we're just like those spammy weirdos and we're not that. But instead it's like build the relationship first. And then if the other stuff is meant to follow, it's going to follow. But just because you build relationship and they're your friend, you meet friends with someone, they may not be interested with Scentsy, but if they know that's what you do, they may have an aunt, they may have a friend, they may have a cousin who's like, oh my gosh, I need Scentsy. Do you know anybody? Oh yeah, there's this lady that I'm friends with, and her daughter tumbles with my daughter. Let me get you her information. You never know how it works out. And so that is the goal, is to just work on nurturing and creating relationships. Huge foundational piece. That is how you expand base. That is how you find new hosts. That is how you find potential teammates. So my friends, those are just 3 of the ways that you can start to build a foundation, and 3 things that you can do regularly to help you build a strong, beautiful business as you work towards that picture of success in a Scentsy business. So join me next week. I will share 3 more foundational principles, and we will work to get through all of the things in this picture of success so that you can be equipped with the tools that you need to create a beautiful Scentsy business that lights your soul on fire, that changes lives and brings so much joy. So those are my tips for you today. I appreciate you joining me, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends.